Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Tomb of Annihilation, Part 2. Today is April 5th, 2020, and you are loved. And that is a very important message that we like to deliver to each of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of our sessions. If this is your first time joining us, consider then going to youtube.com/indooradventures or anywhere where podcasts are made available for free. You can hear that message all you like, as well as gain access to an entire backlog of multiple games. We have played through the entirety of Curse of Strahd, Waterdeep Dragon Heist, we got a homebrew game that's still going on, and of course, we have Tomb of Annihilation now. If you would like to help support the show or possibly listen in to an after show that we have, consider going to patreon.com/indooradventures, where you can gain access to our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from the community but also from each other. And for the next foreseeable future, that after show is made available for free. So if you have any questions that you would like answered, consider throwing them in the side chat over there, or go to our Discord. That's the easiest way to actually get in contact with us. You can go to the Questions for the Courts side chat, leave your questions, comments there, and we'll be sure to read them and answer them in order. Other than that, hey, we also have a merch store set up. So if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, you can pick yourself up a plethora of good things. So t-shirts, mugs, posters, shower curtains, throw pillows, all sorts of stuff we got ready and available on our Redbubble. So consider checking that out. Other than that, that is it for my opening spiel. So, hey RJ, who you playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm RJ here on the channel, but tonight I'll be playing Hassan, the 1T Druid Cleric.
Hi everyone, I'm LBHackEmUp, and I'll be playing RinRin, the cat person monk tabaxi.
I'm Danae Keener, also known as Wings, and I'm going to be playing as Baz, the Drow Rogue.
And I am the Indoor Adventurer, and tonight I shall be playing as Naodaza Scriptscale, the lovable lizard folk bard.
And I'm Tyler, and I'll be your DM today. Last time, RinRin's resolute roamers accepted Sindra Sylvain's summons. In quick order, they ventured headfirst into the jungle, accompanied by several interesting companions. Will they survive the wild horrors of Chult and find this mysterious soulmonger? Find out on Indoor Adventurer presents The Tomb of Annihilation. And now that that's out of the way, let's do some housekeeping real quick. So the adventures started in earnest now. So I need to cover a few subjects about how we're going to be traveling, because you guys kind of blew away my expectations of getting through all the nonsense of starting the adventure. So now that nonsense is out of the way, no more nonsense. A few points. This isn't a hex crawl, like Steven said. It is a hex rush. So we need to set a standard for what pace you guys will be setting. Per the standard rules, I got like how you crawl through the hexes. I've just increased those. And then you can set a fast pace where you travel another hex per day, but at a cost of -5 to your past perception. Or you can move at a slower pace, which means you can travel stealthily. But if you on each day that you travel, if you roll a d4 and the result is a 3 or 4, you still move the same number of hexes. On a 1 or a 2, you'll move 1 hex less. So fast or slow pace, and I'll let you guys decide that. Secondly, and thirdly, is equipment management. I know it can be kind of annoying to track how many applications of bug spray you've used, or your number of rations, or how much water. But this adventure kind of also relies on inventory management to make sure that you're keeping your adventurers healthy. I know that your characters can keep themselves healthy, so I won't penalize the characters if the players forget to feed them. That said, we need to establish what we have going into it. Your characters need to have a pound of food, which is a ration per day. You can go a number of days equal to 3 plus your constitution modifier without food. Beyond that, you automatically suffer a level of exhaustion each day. But if you eat, that kind of resets. For water, you need 2 gallons of water a day. If you drink less than 2 gallons, you have to roll a con save or suffer a level of exhaustion. And if you have less than half what you need, you automatically take a level of exhaustion. So water-wise, I don't know if you guys picked up a rain catcher in Port Nanzero, so I'd like to make sure that you guys did. That way that you have a source of fresh water. And if you didn't know, we can just retroactively say that somebody bought it as long as you have a gold piece.
I'll buy it.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to buy one. You can just drink river water if you like. Not recommended. And your guide would also recommend you not do that either. Most days it's raining, so if you have it out at any point in the day, it'll collect. Let's see. Sorry. It catches 2 gallons per inch of rainfall. So like an hour of rain, and then up to 8 gallons can be held in it. So as long as you have it, while you guys are traveling on the canoes, you can just have them out and they're collecting water, and we're just assuming that you're drinking. And if you were traveling through the jungle, as long as you stop for the night and put it out, you'll be able to collect the water. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
I just want to raise a point. Because of my Goodberry spell, we could essentially just keep on reusing it to get nutrients throughout the day. Do you want to house rule something where if I use the Goodberry spell, I have to use material components for it just to make this hex scroll a little bit more
If you have a spell
less
for
cheesy?
I don't mind cheesing because I'm used to rangers where they're just like, okay, I'm just going to go forage for a little bit, and then everything's fine. But this group doesn't have a ranger, so I don't mind a little bit of cheese to take some of that away. And then pace. What do you guys want to set? Just normal pace?
We're gonna set it at a grueling pace and ration the food so we can hit the fort by the end of the week. We'll have to chalk the wagons.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got dysentery now.
God damn it. Naodaza.
Naodaza. He's died of dysentery. Cool. That all makes sense. So last time we left off, you had just finished a fight. Some grungs ambushed you from the trees, and your party dealt with them handedly, even though Baz got knocked out during it, and then was promptly awakened and stabbed the fuck out of someone. When we left off, I'm pretty sure Hassan was going to do something creepy with the grungs' bodies.
Grung's body.
Right.
And it's an autopsy.
Okay. Are you trying to gain anything from this, or
just to see what makes it tick? Is the poison glands on the skin, or is there a specified sac? How long does the tongue stretch?
Can
I use it as a whip appendage, like a slappy hand, and throw it against like a?
You can definitely try. You'll find that their skin secretes the poison, so it's on their skin. And then I think a few people did get in contact with the grungs and might have suffered some poison at that time.
Yes.
Cool. After a minute, that'll start to fade, and it's just the poisoned condition.
Ugh. I feel really weird. I think it poisoned me.
Hassan will peel off the leather gloves and like walk over to RinRin and tell her to open her mouth. Check her tongue. It'll only last about a minute. And then he'll like tap it up.
Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I can harvest poison off of this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Natural 20.
Okay. Yeah, so with the fresh body that Hassan has already started cutting into, you're able to scrape some of that gooey secretion into a vial and collect some poison.
I use the tip of my knife to just kind of scrape it into a little glass vial.
A little glass vial?
Little
Little
glass
glass
vial.
vial.
Zytrate comes in a little glass vial.
Awesome. All right. It was morning at the end of that, and I assume that you guys press on from this encounter.
Is everyone rested? I know that I think we slept weird, did we not?
They did interrupt rest.
I slept on a boat.
I feel so well rested.
Unceremoniously dumps the grung off the side of the boat. I should be
Bye-bye.
fine for the rest of the day.
Okay. Isaka? We're ready to go.
Yes, let's continue. Best not stop in one place too long. And the last time you guys had Zendala, Hassan, Undril, and Inzaka in the first boat, and Naodaza, Baz, and RinRin in the second boat, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you guys continue. Again, now that you guys have spent at least a day and a half in this jungle, or at least on the river, you can tell that it is a buzz with activity. There's constantly insects flying around, birds in the sky. You can also spy some scaly birds, which you assume are dinosaurs, plesiosauruses, not pteranodons. It is quite an active jungle. The day continues. You drift down the river and night falls again. You're just going to continue with your pattern of roll through the night, and then in the morning you'll split up your rest, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you do
Making
this.
sure to do the bug rubs. Get that
Do all the
insect salve
things.
on.
If it's not too much cheese, because
Yes.
I do love my cheese. Baz has now had a near-death experience.
Okay.
So whenever he's on watch, he's also going to stealth.
Okay. I will. Yeah. So for each day that you are traveling, just roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Natural 1.
Okay.
The gods give it and they take it away.
What is he doing?
God, like my mental image is like the helmet, the pith helmet with like the leaves sticking out. And he's just like hunkered down in the back of the canoe with his gun and just like peeking out every now and then, just like
RinRin's just on her elbows, like looking at him. What are you doing?
I'm hiding.
From
So
what?
Everything.
It's not that scary here.
I nearly died yesterday.
That's true, but we didn't let you.
Yeah, that is true. I appreciate that.
Yeah. We've got your back and your front.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're funny and I like you. And she like rolls on her back.
Oh, she's
during-
really cute.
During the days of the day of travel, Hassan is alone in the front boats. But now that Zendala doesn't have to be the only one rowing, she kind of is a lot less helpful. Undril and Hassan Undril and Azaka are a lot more helpful in the front boat with rowing and helping Hassan out. And during this whole time, Zindala will kind of be playing with her pseudo dragon. It'll fly around the boats and kind of like skim the tree lines and then come back and land on her shoulder, and she'll have a nice little chuckle about it.
Oh, I love him.
Interesting
It's,
companions you keep.
What was that?
Interesting companion you keep.
Well, yes, Summerwise has been with me for quite a while. I forget really how we met, but just have been inseparable since.
I love small animals. You know, I used to take care of them when I worked back at the monastery.
When you mention that, Azaka kind of eyes you with a sense of familiarity.
Look, there's a fish in the water. It's very big. We could catch it for food.
You want to try?
I do.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
What do you have? You still have darts and such?
Can I
Or you
Mulan it? Try and snatch out of the water?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, roll an attack.
Okay. Well, that's not great. 11.
Okay, you snatch out into the water and pull out a wriggling fish.
Ha! I have provided food for everyone.
You can sun-dry that. You can sun-dry it to make it edible.
Yeah. She's going to like it's wiggling in her hands and she doesn't quite know what to do with it.
And Azaka will just like reach over because you guys are kind of gliding in your boats side by side, and just like whack it on the top of the head, killing it.
Okay, she's gonna take out a little knife and like fillet it down the center and like open it up, take out the bones.
You forgot to descale it.
No, you need the scales on it because then you can set it on the fire and it does not burn.
Skewers.
The evening passes, and you guys are going to rest in the morning. Unless you specifically say that you're looking for something, I'm going to use your guys' passive perception throughout the day, since you all actually, minus Naodaza, have pretty good passive perception. So while traveling, or like during periods where people are resting, you can say that you are actively looking and roll perception checks. Otherwise, I will use your passive perception. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. The next morning happens. You guys split up your rest between the boats and continue drifting lazily down the river. Another day of fun boat travel. As the day is coming to an end, you can see off in the distance, kind of like the river is winding back and forth, and every now and then you can peer what looks like a large statue on the riverbank. You can't tell what it is from here, but as you travel further down, you'll eventually get a good look at it.
I would love to know what this is.
You what?
I would love to know what this is.
I'm sure you would.
The statue of me, clearly.
So you spy that kind of mid-evening, and as the sun rises, you come around a corner in a bend in the river, and you spy this with much more clarity. It is kind of like a 80-foot tall statue built into a hillside. With it looks like a human man sitting, and it has a crocodile on its shoulder. It's this massive statue, and at the feet of this statue is what looks like a camp, and there are smoldering ruins.
Now is this here Camp Vengeance?
No, I actually think this is Camp Righteous, the original camp.
Why is it still smoldering? How long has it been since it's been?
It's been a few days.
We should put it out. It could start a fire in the trees.
Were we told not to go to Camp Righteous?
No,
We were told explicitly to go to Camp Righteous.
No, I have to go to Camp Vengeance, which is still up the river more.
Camp Righteous was overrun by undead.
Yeah, I wasn't. I had just gotten I had just left to get to Cholt when I heard the story. Yeah, they set up camp and it was just overrun pretty quickly by undead.
That did not go well.
Not surprised. It doesn't look very defensible.
And although it does not.
Do you know who this statue is of?
Yes, that is story of man and crocodile, says Azaka.
Is that the whole story?
No, you see, in the early days of the world, man stood by the banks of a river, frightened. Crocodile raised his head from the water and asked, "What troubles you, cousin man?" Man said, "I must cross this river, but I fear to enter the water alone because it teems with your brethren." Crocodile replied, "It's true, you would not be safe, but I will carry you across the river safely on my back, if you promise to return the favor." Man agreed, and Crocodile bore him safely across the water. When they reached the far bank, Man asked, "How can I repay you?" Crocodile replied, "I wish to see the realm of humans, but I fear to go there alone, because it teems with your brethren. You must carry me on your back across your realm." Man had been tricked, but a promise is a promise, so he carried Crocodile safely on his back across the entire realm of humans, a journey that lasted many years. He also swore in his anger that never again would Man and Crocodile be friends, and so it has remained to this day.
Naodaza's like looking at himself.
It's just like you and me, Naodaza.
No, but we're friends.
Yeah.
You're my #1 fan.
Yeah.
I thought I was your #1 fan.
Oh, you I can have a lot of #1 fans. You are like the leader of a fan club.
Yes. Bass, do you want to join the fan club?
We got
You can be my treasurer.
I feel like I'm already a member.
And so it grows. Man and alligator, crocodile, lizard man can be friends once again.
I'm not the
It is
man.
just children's story anyway.
Well, now that we're all done being extremely loud.
And like I said, it is morning at this point that you guys are passing this camp. You guys rode throughout the night. So if you would like to take a rest, either now while you're passing it or there, it's up to you.
Well, let's not stop there. That sounds like a really bad place to stay.
Yeah, I mean, with the story, I don't think it's safe. We probably shouldn't go there.
Yes, I don't want my friends in Dala to be in trouble.
Your friend Zendala or
Yeah.
Undril? Undril's the priest.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Zendala is a dear friend, though.
Yes. Which one did I talked to Indala the first day, right?
Zendala's got the gold flakies with summer wise. Undril stands about yay feet tall. And then there is...
Izaka.
I did not write her name down. Kiki, let's call her that, yes.
No, I don't want any of my friends to get hurt, and I don't really want to fight undead. That sounds like not a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna... I know I've been up all night, but I'm gonna stay awake just for as long as we're within sight of old Camp Righteous over here.
Are there undead in the Underdark? That's where all the bodies go, right?
There can be, yeah. Yeah, sometimes there's undead. Usually none that aren't supposed to be there. You know what we do have though is Kuatoa. You ever hear those?
Mm-mm.
He's gonna point down at the fish that RinRin caught, and it's all like fish-faced little fuckers.
Are they really small?
And no, they're about yay high, and he like holds up a hand, and then like it's like level with Undril. So
Mhm.
he just kind of like puts his hand over her head, and then back up here, about yay high.
So their heads must be really big if they're fish people.
Oh, they're huge. You'd think that they could like eat you.
Can they?
I don't think they do.
Oh.
It's the spiders you got to worry about eating you, and they're much worse actually. There's a lot of things down there that want to eat you.
There's a lot of things in this jungle that want to eat you too. Like there's dinosaurs, and there's big birds and big bugs.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot like home, only I can't see.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Do you
Uh,
want me to make you a nice little... You have a hat, but I could make it bigger.
I don't think it's gonna help, but you know what? I appreciate your vim and vigor, and the fact that you want to help me. It's really nice.
But we're
Really?
best friends. Of course I want to help you.
He just kind of looks like, oh, sweet thing.
Hassan is going to make his way to the front of their boat and talk with Azaka for a moment. I'm going to go scout ahead for the time being.
Got to head in boats.
No, I'm going for a swim.
Okay.
And he will take a few steps backwards and fall off the boat. And as he's falling, he's going to use his beast shape to turn into a crocodile.
Oh.
Okay. You have a very strange friend. Also, if you didn't want to encounter undead, you've come to the wrong place.
Are they everywhere now?
The jungle teems with them.
Since when?
For a long time. I'm surprised you didn't encounter them wherever you're from.
We lived really high up in the trees, and we were in the north side of town, so really we only had to worry about the snake people.
Yes, the 1T. Your friend is a strange one. He does not resemble the other 1T I know.
No, I know he's so handsome. But yes, he's very smart, and he knows what he's doing, so I trust him. Even though I'm his bodyguard, I probably should go with him, but I don't want to swim in these waters. But if he gets in trouble, I will go after him.
And where is it you said you were from?
I'm from the north. It's far away from here.
Okay. Port Nanzru is like the most northern tip of the peninsula.
Northeast.
Okay. That's close enough. Yeah. She still eyes you. Like, roll an insight check.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah, she eyes you suspiciously.
I'm the least suspicious one here. I do declare.
That's me.
Now, sorry, one sec. One of you, actually all of you, have some trinkets.
Yeah.
And as you guys are drifting down the river, Hassan is in the water as a crocodile, looking up ahead. And some of you, I'm assuming, are taking a rest since it is morning. Some of you, definitely including Zendala and Undril. All right. Is anybody else? I know Baz wants to stay up until you guys are well clear of the camp.
I am going to take a big nap. Everyone else is completely on watch, leaving me some time to just relax, play a little bit of viol, and pass out.
Okay.
Mm,
RinRin
then-
will also sleep, but
Okay.
before she does, she's going to saddle up to Naodaza, and she's going to say, you know, Lord Finkelton really likes your playing too. That's you, Endor, sorry.
What?
Lord Finkelton really likes your playing too.
Well, of course they do. They are royalty. You said they were a lord, right? Do they have a lot of money?
Lord Finkelton, he thinks you're royalty. Are you royalty? And you just see like from in her robes, this little mouse comes out, like
Bugger.
peeks his head out.
What happened to them? Did an evil wizard turn them into a mouse?
Oh my god. Did an evil wizard turn you? Are you people? I thought you were just a mouse, Lord Finkelton.
I've heard plenty of stories about people getting turned into small animals, usually because of witches or hags or some other vile methods.
I didn't even think of that. I thought you were just a mouse. I'm so sorry. When Hassan comes back, he will maybe turn you back to a person. Do you want a crown? I need to make him a crown. Thank you so much, Naodaza.
Of course, I am the smartest one here.
Well, duh. She's gonna go make a crown for her mouse.
Okay. And now, Daza, I'm assuming you're going to get some sleep.
Oh, yes. I hope people
Cool.
are ready for at least a half hour of CCR's greatest hits down in this bayou, and then it is bedtime.
I see a bad moon rising.
Yep, that is now Daza.
Hassan, up ahead, what are you looking for? Just scouting the waters?
Scouting the waters, general threats, probably opens his mouth and grabs a fish.
Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of activity in these rivers. Swarms of fish. You can see that there are crocodiles that like to bathe on the beaches. You get the sense that there's like a mega ecosystem here, larger creatures. In some spaces it gets quite deep, and there are kind of offshoots that give you eerie senses. But otherwise, as you're floating out there, you don't encounter anything of note other than those senses. Eventually, Naodaza does start to snore. And at one point, Baz, you are keeping your eyes out, and you look around and look back, and Naodaza has a mask on his face. It is a very familiar mask because it is your mask. And then also resting on his belly is a small cage, and Lord Finkelton is in this cage.
Oh God. I'm gonna look at that and kind of scratch my chin. Where is RinRin right now? She's not sleeping, is she?
She is in the back of her boat making a hat for Lord Finkelton. I guess
see.
she
A crown.
a crown. Sorry,
Am I in
royalty
the
deserves a crown.
true? Am I in the same boat as Naodaza?
As
I'm
both
gonna-
of them, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to him and just kind of lift the mask off of his face. It's it's made of abalone, which is like whalebone, I think.
Mhm.
And like the mask itself is a very stylized, flat-faced, toothy reptilian thing. And he's going to kind of like lift it up off of Naodaza's face and say, Naodaza.
And
Naodaza.
as you do this, and as he wakes up, you hear kind of a soft snickering. You can't pinpoint where it's at.
He's gonna look around. He's gonna take off his sunglasses, and his eyes are just like really wide, and he's just looking really like disheveled and paranoid at this moment.
Well, Monsieur, what is it bad? Those frogs coming from the trees again, trying to attack us. The clown got my pants.
He's gonna kind of shake the mask at him a little bit, and he's like, "You playing games?"
Well, I am an expert at checkers, but I don't see a board.
He flicks him on the nose,
Oh.
and he's gonna put that mask away. And now he's gonna go and check on that mouse.
I didn't.
Yeah, on Naodaza's belly, his big, bulbous, sleeping belly that is rising and falling. Your paunch.
He's pouch.
There is a small cage, small doorless cage, with Lord Finkelton inside of it.
RinRin,
Yes?
does Finkelton live in a cage?
Of course Finkelton doesn't live in the cage. He lives in my robes.
Okay, well, he's not in your robes.
What?
Despite all his rage, he is still just trapped in the cage.
I'm gonna look back. Is he in a cage?
Yep.
Lord Finkelton, what are you doing? Who put you in a cage?
It's just distressed squeaking.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna try and get him out of the cage.
Yeah, he can squeeze out of the cage. It looks like there was like a bit of food that was put in the middle of the cage, but he could squeeze in and out of the bars easily enough.
Sweet boy.
Who would do that to you?
And again, you hear some quiet snickering. And at this point in the front boat, Summerwise peeks up their head and like looks around suspiciously.
Does nobody else hear that?
I'm gonna try and sniff this bee out.
All right. Go ahead and roll perception. And do cats get any
Jesus
bonuses?
H Christ. No. No. But I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I don't smell anything but this stupid river. But I did hear something.
Summerwise, the pseudo dragon will flight over to you and land next to you. Now, pseudo dragons can't talk, but they do have limited telepathy. And it, to Baz, communicates the idea of a different type of small dragon. It is. Are you familiar at all with fairy dragons?
Wings is.
Wings is. Would Baz be?
Baz is from the Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
Fairy dragons, I don't think, are there. They're in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. So unless he received training elsewhere regarding those.
All right. Yeah, I think he gets exasperated trying to, like, it's, you know, a small dragon like me, but not like me. It's a different color and different type of, you know, never mind, and looks to RinRin and tries to communicate this. And RinRin, you know, fairy dragons are native to this area.
Sindala. I didn't know that he could talk. He's putting pictures in my head. Oh no, there's a fairy dragon close. Everyone be on your guard. The stupid tricksy things.
And as you say that, sitting on the back of your boat, a small green fairy dragon drops its invisibility and laughs heartily at you.
That wasn't funny. Lord
What?
Finkelton does not live in cages.
But it's very funny. He's trapped in cage.
Oh fuck! He can talk.
Oh wait. Actually, you don't. Do what languages do y'all speak?
I speak Draconic and Common.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
I speak Common and Minotaur for some reason. I'm not certain
Why
why I
the
picked
fuck
that up.
do you speak
I don't know.
Minotaur has to do with your home.
I'm a
Oh, right, that makes sense. Okay. I was like, that's weird.
Common, Elvish, Thieves' Cant, and Undercommon.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to use that out here.
He will start speaking in Draconic, though the two of you can't understand. And Hassan, how long do you want to like hang out before coming back to the boat?
He hears the Naodaza like quiet up, and he's like, Thank gods. And then he'll turn around and slither back onto the boat.
I just want an excuse not to be there.
What languages do you speak Draconic at all?
Yes.
Okay, so you will hear this small green dragon chortle jauntily and say that his mouse in cage is funny.
That is no mouse. That is a high lord who was turned into a mouse.
Now, Daisy,
Then
you
he's
can
even
understand this
funnier.
then?
Of course I can understand. He's speaking common Draconic.
You can understand Draconic?
And then
Oh, jeez!
Dazzle will like look offended
Hassan
towards
pops out of
Hassan.
nowhere.
Just, of course I can. You are rather rude, Henry. Now,
You see, it's even funnier because Mouse, who was Lord, now in cage royalty, they suck, you know. So, in cage.
royalty does not suck. They have all sorts of money and food and beverages. They have quite a selection of beverages where I come from.
Yeah. But regardless, it's funny. And you make me happy. So, do you have
Me?
I find interest in traveling adventures. If you have questions, you can ask me.
What are you saying?
What is your name?
I go by Windy. I am like the wind. He
You
flaps his
are
wings.
a national treasure, Wendy.
Windy, you've been in these pots for a while.
Yes, I travel all around.
Can you tell us if there's any immediate danger in our area then?
Well, would not go to that statue. There's a group of goblins there. Last I saw, they are trying to break into the big statue. Otherwise, jungle full of dangers.
What's inside of the big statue?
That I do not know.
Hassan will turn to Azaka. So apparently there are a group of goblins trying to break into the statue. Something's inside of it.
Well, lots of stories about treasures hidden away in statues. That's the main reason most adventurers come here, to find treasures.
Fairy dragons can be very tricky. They like to play jokes and it's not funny.
He laughs at you.
Was he laughing and did he just laugh at me?
No, he was laughing at a different joke.
Okay.
Are you implying that RinRin is a joke then?
Why would I ever say my #1 Clubhouse fan was a joke?
Because you said another joke.
Now, Howard, you are being awfully rude.
Well, you guys were much fun. Maybe I'll see you around some other time. And Windy flaps up into the air and disappears.
Bye-bye.
It was a pleasure.
Fairy dragons often play tricks on the adventurers. Whether
It's
they can
prob-
be good information.
It's probably just trying to trick us to go there so that we get caught in some stupid trap.
Why would it do
Shrug
that?
from
It
the
was
doctor.
so... Wendy was a nice little dragonling.
His name was Windy?
Their name, I don't want to assume.
Oh.
Good job. It is mid-morning.
Every time I go to sleep, something happens to you all. Makes it right exciting.
The statue at Camp Righteous is now well behind you. It disappears behind the cover of the trees as you go beyond another bend, and is approaching midday. What would you guys like to do? Those of you that didn't sleep, including Azaka, who wants to sleep now.
I will play a delightful tune to whoever is in charge of rowing the boat today.
Is that
Well,
me? Do I
time
have
for
to
my
roll the-
trance.
Hassan pulls his coat over him as he lays down.
Hat over eyes.
It looks like I'm going to be rowing for you.
And what song do you want to hear, mon cher?
Oh, play the one about the beaver that's making the dam.
You betcha.
It's a good story. RinRin and Naodaza are enjoying some time in the back canoe with Baz trancing. Hassan and Azaka are sleeping while Undril and Zindala, now having to get to work, rows ahead in the front boats. While you're listening to this story, something catches your eyes, RinRin. Up above is a snake with wings. It is a flying snake.
Oh,
And you know that those are used in this area to a lot of the times to transfer messages, and it is going south.
it's transferring a message. Does it seem like it's watching us, or it's just like flying by?
You catch it just like coming from the trees to the north and just passing over the river. So it doesn't look like it was watching you.
Naodaza,
Oh,
you see that? That is a messenger snake.
oh, well, that's lovely. Is it delivering a message for us?
I don't think so. It doesn't seem to be stopping.
Well, that's awful rude.
Well, I don't know if they can talk to people like you and I can talk to people.
Why can't? If it is delivering a message, how is it not supposed to talk to people? Snakes
it's
can't,
more-
right?
Snakes can't fly either, but that one's flying.
Well, that's not a snake then.
Well, I'm saying that so it's like the spell where you can talk to somebody from a distance?
No.
Do you know the places where they have like pigeons and birds that deliver messages?
Yes.
I
I've been
think it's
kicked
more
out of
like
many.
that. Mm-hmm.
Well, what is it doing? Who is sending this?
I don't know. Do you want to shoot it down so we can see?
I would
With
do
the
no
snoop?
such thing.
Do you want
To
me to shoot it down?
intercept someone
Rin-Rin.
else's mail is a punishable offense, RinRin.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I used to do it all the time. Whoops.
RinRin, go ahead, roll history.
Okay.
They're fucking Amazon drones.
Oh no. History. Oh, it's a plus. I'm trained in it. It's +1. 12.
Nice. Okay. You know that there are two types of people that you know that use flying snakes. The most widely used is by the Wanti.
Oh, it might be with the UNT.
What now?
Well, we might not want to intercept their messages because they're kind of jerks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You never want to read someone else's mail.
I
Unless
read
you can
Hassan's
clearly
mail all the
see-
time.
Why would... I will do my best and not tell Hogarth about this whole thing.
But I need to make sure that it's not going to explode when he opens it.
Well, that's... He is a stand-up individual who I'm sure is capable of dealing with a certain exploding parcel every now and then.
But it is my job to make sure he's safe, and I want to make sure he's safe because he's so
Does
handsome.
he know
and
you read his mail, or do you seal it back up to make it look like no one has read that there mail?
Well, I don't want him to, know that I care about him so much and that stuff.
And why is that, RinRin?
Because I don't want to be rejected.
Now, RinRin, and he'll sidle up next to her and sit down with it, with the little oomph, because his tummy's so big. RinRin, you are the leader of the Naodaza Scrib Scale fan club. You are a bodyguard of high renown. You carry with you a lord of the land. You are an important person. Even if you were to get rejected, you would still have so much going for you. And, worst case, I can give you a little inspiration before you reveal your feelings, make you possibly do a little bit better in the whole revelation.
I know, but I don't want things to be weird if he says no.
If he says no, then we can still play checkers.
Okay, I think about it.
If he says no, well, then at least you know. Now you can stop worrying about it.
I think about it, okay? It's kind of complicated, especially since I work for him.
You would have
Well
to
said.
file something like that with HR, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, Naodaza.
Of course. Now, what song you want to hear next? I got one about spiders.
I don't like spiders. They're creepy.
Well, I could play something else then.
Yes, play the one about the kitten.
Soft kitty, sweet kitty, little ball of fur.
Yes, that one. I like that one a lot.
All right.
What's new, pussycat?
The afternoon passes.
This is Kefferson Sell Me all over again.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it is. Afternoon passes, that snake flies by, and it is rolling into evening. Everyone wakes up again, and your guys' sleep schedule is totally on point. Nothing wrong with that at all. As the next morning starts to dawn on you, I did that thing where I forgot about something, and I have given you guys a couple days of not having to roll to see if you get lost.
Solid.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And if it's fine. Everything's fine.
Are we subsisting off of good berries or are we marking off rations?
I'm subsisting off of good berries.
How
Oh.
many good berries can you subsist away?
You gonna
I can
share some
do
of that,
10
Hassan?
per first level.
10?
So all I really functionally need is the water.
Yeah. Okay.
He'll share them out if they ask.
It is much appreciated if you do. Makes not having to eat rations nice, and Azaka has been finding them quite tasty.
I remember in my college days that I'd have to subsist off of these. Long nights, long weeks, and just good berries and gin.
Oh, you're educated then.
I do have a degree, yes.
Where'd you go to school?
University of Waterdeep.
Nice. I've heard of it.
Doesn't matter much to me as long as it's sustaining, says Azaka and pops it away. I actually had to. Oh, I didn't have good berries, but when I was going through medical school, it just was just a lot of instant meals and coffee.
No, that's not good for you at all. All that
Well,
sodium.
It kept me alive, so.
When I was young, I had to learn how to make pasta.
What?
Yeah, pasta.
What? What word are you saying?
Pasta?
Pasta?
Yeah, like noodles.
Oh, noodles like pasta.
Yeah.
We all have very weird accents. Okay?
Listen.
It makes it very difficult to make multiple accents when you guys are all doing them as well.
Don't worry.
The evening passes, and it gets into the morning of the third day that you guys of this session, which is the morning of the fifth day that you guys have been out in the wilderness. And as you are rowing in the morning, do you guys want to all try and fix your sleep schedule and get rest going in the morning. It seems like a lot of things are happening in the morning, doesn't it?
Mornings are great.
We can fix our sleep schedule at the fort.
I only need 4 hours.
It's true. Zindala and Undril are going to kind of keep to that sleep in the morning thing. Azaka is going to sleep in the afternoon. I'll leave the rest up to you guys.
RinRin will sleep whenever Hassan's not, or Hassan.
Yeah. So I'll take them the morning, row at night, or be up in the afternoon.
Okay.
Baz will be up all night and then sleep anytime during the day. It seems like nothing's going to happen.
All right. Naodaza?
I have not changed my sleeping schedule since we left.
Good.
I will stay up through the late evening, early morning, and then sleep most of the morning. Wake up around noon or so.
Beautiful. On this morning, as you're still traveling down, Zaka rolled well on her survival. You are making good time, and she informs you that by this night, before sunset, you'll probably make it to Camp Vengeance. And Hassan, you're not sleeping in the morning, are you?
He would sleep in the morning, be up in the afternoon all the way till night.
Cool. Then with the boats kind of next to each other, she'll inform Baz that you'll be there by this afternoon or late afternoon, almost into the evening, and queries you about where you guys plan on going after Camp Vengeance.
Oh, geez, I am not in charge. He's going to turn around and look for somebody who looks like they're in charge.
Hassan has his eyes open.
What do you think, Hassan?
He's
Hassan?
sleeping.
Oh, shit. That's right. He doesn't have eyelids. How do you do this respectfully?
Do you want me to wake him up?
Yeah.
Do we have to wake him up?
Yeah.
Okay. RinRin walks over to him and like pulls on his hand a little bit, shakes his foot. Hassan, wake up, sleepyhead.
Almost without missing a beat, he turns his head to her.
Good morning. We're trying to decide what we're going to do next.
What time is it?
I don't know. There's no clocks on the boat.
Mid-morning.
After we get to Fort Vengeance, I think we should resupply.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll figure something out. Maybe pick up a job, unless, Azaka, we want to do your thing first.
I mean, if you want to help.
Is there a time constraint on it?
Not necessarily.
How far is it from here?
If we travel through the forest off of the river Soshenta, be about 5 days to the east.
How
How far
underleveled
east do
are
we
we
have
for
to
this?
go?
You can't ask questions like that. You can't ask how
Did she
dangerous
say
is
where?
this?
Did she say the area where we're going for this?
Azaka.
Yes, she says that it is. So she explained, or she explains that she lost a heirloom of hers to the Terrafolk at Firefinger. If you want to roll a history check, I'll see if you are familiar.
Which is 5 days away from Camp Vengeance on foot.
Jesus, I've not rolled above a 10. You said history?
Yeah.
10.
Okay. You are not familiar with Firefinger. But she explains that the Terrafolk that roost there are menaces, and it's not time sensitive to get the mask back, but it is definitely something that she would like to do. And if you are willing to help, she would gladly accept your assistance.
Well, we should probably gather a little bit more firepower before we take on some terror folk.
Okay. You can go back to sleep now. I'm sorry I had to bother you.
And as you are saying that, you hear a commotion around a bed from you.
Son of a bitch.
You never get to rest. There's some splashing, and as you come around this bend in a little tributary, there is an overturned canoe and two humanoids struggling through the water to get onto land.
Oh, we have to go help them.
I mean, we're on a time-sensitive mission, RinRin.
Yes, but we're going to get there later today anyways, please.
How bad off do they look?
As they are struggling through the water, one of them looks significantly smaller than the other one. You're closing in now, and it looks like there's probably some crocodiles in the water chasing after them.
I'm gonna. How far is this? Hey, Mr. Business.
I'm going to say, as you come around the corner, if you focus on getting over to them, you'd be able to get to them before they reach the shore, and possibly before these crocodiles catch up to them.
Do we have enough room on our canoes for
Yes.
2 more people?
They have
can
a
hold
canoe.
6
It's
people
just
each.
tipped over.
I'm going to cry. How far away are the crocodiles?
I'm going to say they from you or from these people.
From us.
Let's give it 60 feet.
Real
Has anyone
close.
given any consideration as to what exactly tipped their canoe? Should we be going near there?
They probably just maneuvered wrongly. You know, it's easy to do on this river.
Oh God, help us!
We help them.
The RinRin takes the control of the canoe and starts paddling towards them.
Yes.
Okay. You paddle towards them, and you're able to reach their location in time, and you offer a hand to pull them into the boat.
I've got you. Don't worry. I can help.
Oh, thank you, old boy.
I'm a girl.
Old chap, and you pull this adult human man into the boat, and he reaches behind him and pulls up a small lizard-like man, about half of his height, into the boat behind him.
Are you okay? What happened?
Oh, thank you for the assistance. The crocodiles swamped our canoe.
They swamped it?
And they just tipped it. As he says this, you get a very strong scent of, let's call it, like burning wood. No, not burning wood. Of violets. Yeah. And he looks at this little lizard man and says, "Well, it wasn't my fault, old boy."
I'm not the boy.
And the little lizard man eyes this man very suspiciously, or not suspiciously, but like angrily, kind of giving you the impression that he thinks it was his fault.
Well, you're safe now. Don't worry. We're going to the fort, and you can come with us.
Oh, we don't need to go to the fort. Just trying to get past this river.
Where are you going?
We're looking for something. I'd
What
rather
are you
not
looking
say.
for? Is it treasure?
No need for treasure. Just looking for something out in the forest.
Well, it's really dangerous here.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm well acquainted to the dangers of Jolts.
Do you live here?
And you, when he says that, you get a strong smell of tar, and he turns to the lizard man and says, "Yes, well, yes, we do hold our own pretty well, don't we?" And pats him on the back. Well, except for when I tipped over the boat. Sorry to interrupt your travels. I just thank you for the rescue.
Of course.
But if you drop us off on the other shore, we'll be well on our way.
You know, you kind of smell like tar.
Oh, that's just my friend here, Dragon Bates. He's a very interesting race. Not really from around these parts, from a different plane of existence, even.
You are? What one?
You know, he can't really name it. He doesn't speak, you see. He communicates through smells.
Yeah.
Oh. Can you nod?
He nods.
Do you like it here on Jolt?
He gives off a smell of ham. And this man's like, well, it's not that bad.
Well, if you just need to ride to the other side of the river, we can do that, right?
Yeah, that'd be very nice. And as this conversation is happening, both boats have come together. Those that were sleeping awake, and Zindala eyes this man very suspiciously. What is your name? And he says, oh, I don't like telling people my name. Why? And I'm going to see if she rolls well.
These NPCs start fighting, I'm just gonna throw them off the boat.
All right. Everyone here, you see kind of a look of recognition in Zindala's eyes. And it looks like she attempts to very sneakily, even though she doesn't roll well, she tries to sneakily cast a spell. All right, and this is
Thunderbolt at level 3, hitting everyone
Oh,
in the
yeah.
boat in the line.
Mum always told me never get between a lady and what she wants.
you see this man's eyes kind of glaze over a little bit, and there is a sense of discomfort from the small lizard man, and Zindala says to the tall man, hand me the ring. And he reaches across the boats, takes a golden ring off of his finger, and it's kind of swirled with ice, and it looks like it's frosted over, and gives it to her. She says, well, thank you very much, and puts the ring on. And now she has to make a save. This is all happening in front of you guys. It's kind of like...
Not me. I'm asleep.
You're asleep. Uncomfortable situation. And as she puts this ring on, her eyes glaze over. This man shouts, no, don't do that. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
as she does something very, 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 very bad.
Would you like for us to roll initiative when we come
And
back
then go
from
into
break?
our first break.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So we are going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it is to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. But like I said, we are going to try and be back shortly. So don't go anywhere. All right, everybody. See you soon. And we're back with terrible life choices. Hello, everybody. Shit is getting crazy, crazy in the jungles of Chult. Now, Daz is asleep, but that won't stop him from rolling initiative. All right. Since he's asleep, I'm assuming initiative is at a disadvantage.
Sure is, buddy.
Oh, boy. All right, there's a 3.
All right, 3, 4,
11.
11. Danae, what did you get?
15.
15. Hassan, were you sleeping?
No, I was awake because
Alright,
I
yes.
was talking with everyone. 19.
Right. You got wakened. What'd you roll?
19.
19. And I could
Everything
have
is awesome.
pre-rolled the NPCs in the break. That would have been smart. Let's see. Undril was also asleep, and she rolled pretty bad. Azaka was awake. Come on, Azaka. All right. Zindal is awake. And then I also have to roll for Artis and his companion.
Who's Artis?
Who could Artis be? It is going to be a Artis. Sweet. All right. So what had happened was, there was an exchange between Zendala and this artist character who refused to give his name, but there was a gleam of inspiration in Zendala's eyes as she recognized an item that she cast a spell that you all saw her cast, even though she tried to hide it, and asked for that item from Artis, and he gave it to her. When she put the ring on, it looks like she was preparing to cast a spell, but her eyes glazed over. Artis reacted very poorly to this event happening, said, no, don't do that. And it looks like Zendala is going to cast something. Her hands frost over. It looks... go ahead. You guys roll me insight checks to see what you think.
I'm asleep, so no.
You're asleep. Hassan, Baz,
Dirty 20.
cool.
13.
10.
Cool. Hassan and RinRin, you think she's going to attack you guys. And at the top of the round is Azaka, who is confused about what's going on, and holds her action, though she pulls out her bow as she thinks that something is going down. Next is Hassan. It looks like Zendala might be about to cast a attack against your guys' canoe,
Oh,
or at
well,
least the canoe that Artis is in.
fuck that. I'm going to cast Command and tell her to kneel.
All right. Go ahead. What's the save on that?
Wisdom 13.
All right. Cool. All right. She has a high saving throw, so that is going to be 15.
Makes or breaks. As a bonus action, I'm going to Sorry, just one sec.
No worries.
He takes his cane, throws it down, tip first, into the boat, and you see again the magic coursing through it, spiraling upward, and it bursts from like the handle into this large winged serpent with this majestic plumage on its head. I'm using the hawk spirit, so everyone gets advantage on their attacks.
Nice. Is this everyone that's a friend?
Everyone that's a friendly.
Cool. And is that all you do on your action?
Yeah, I cast command and use my bonus action.
Yeah, unfortunate. Ooh, wow. Sorry. Next up is Dragonbait. He does not like that the ring was just handed over. He shoves past Artis, pulling a glowing longsword, wielding his shield, and attacks Zendala.
I also made a misread. I made a misread. I have to use my reaction to grant them advantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will not grant bait disadvantage.
All right. Well, he still gets 2 attacks anyway. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Who's a good boy? He is. Both of those will hit. Sorry, guys. There are just a lot of NPCs, isn't there?
A lot of mistakes.
I made a lot of NPCs. All right, that is. He rushes at her and digs his blade deep into her, and she gets to try and save again. The dice don't like her, apparently. That is Dragonbait's turn. Next is Basilisk.
All right. So Hassan definitely just tried to attack her or to do a spell on her. Baz knows a dangerous lady when he sees one.
Yes, and you had insight checked her before. She looked untrustworthy, and now she's proving to be untrustworthy.
I have seen her do some terrifying shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we're doing this. She's close enough that I can get to her, right?
You'd have to jump boats onto hers, and Dragonbait has already jumped boats onto her boats, so hers is quite full. There is still room on the boat, though.
That's fine. As I jump across the boat, I'm going to try and push her off and into the water.
Strength check?
Yeah. Advantage, please?
Is
Friend?
that because a shove attack is athletics? Isn't it's not an attack roll, is it?
It is athletics, but it counts as an attack.
He snaps his finger. Hassan snaps his fingers, and the spirit serpent coils around Baz's body, and it like the head clamps onto his arms.
Is it daytime?
It is daytime, and
This will be flat.
Competing strength check. She is not a strong person, but she rolled an 18.
Got an 11.
you run across and push.
I give her a shove, and then
And you gotta stumble back a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh fuck. I'm gonna turn around and try and jump back onto the other boat. Probably provoking.
She does not have her melee weapon out. She'd have to do a fist attack against you.
It's fine.
Which would just do 1 damage anyway, so why not? You tried to push her. She rolled an 11. That doesn't hit your AC.
It does not.
swings.
So now I'm gonna use my bonus action to try and hide.
You're just gonna. You could.
Could I hide behind Naodaza?
There's a lot going on right now. If you drop prone, you can hide.
How far is it to the shore?
It's 20 feet.
I could make that if I dash.
Do you have the swim speed? Because isn't your movement halved in the water?
Gosh, yes, it is halved, but it's 20 feet. But if I
So you
dash,
use 10 feet to jump back and forth.
oh fuck. Okay, 10 feet to jump back and forth.
So you have
So I would
20
have
feet of
20
movement.
feet left. I'd get into the water, have 10 feet to swim, and then
Mhm.
dash would be another 30 feet, halved
Which is
15. It'd be 25 feet, 5 feet onto shore, baby. Bye-bye! I tried, mother suckers.
Do it? Yeah. Okay. Baz goes to push her, fails miserably, and then just jumps into the water and swims to shore.
Yeah, no, he tries to push her and then just looks at her and goes, sorry, and then boom!
Okay. That was great. Cool. She is going to cast a spell. The spell is going to be Ice Storm. It is going to be centered on the boat that Artis is on. The boats are 5 feet apart. So let's go ahead and say that she doesn't care if it. No, she does care if it hits her. So she's not going to let it hit her boat, which now has Hassan, Undril, Izaka, and Dragonbait. So it is Naodaza, RinRin, and Artis in the second boat. And a hail of rocks begin to fall from the sky. And I need you guys to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I automatically fail because I'm unconscious
You
and asleep.
sure do. RinRin, please make me a
So
dexterity
happy.
saving throw.
Fucking 10. 11.
Okay, that is a fail.
Need different dice out. What's happening?
I'm so
My
sorry.
RinRin dice are not working.
Oh no. RinRin, how much health do you have?
How much health do I have?
You have 20 health, right?
20. Oh.
Oh. All right, that's 10 bludgeoning damage. Oh wait, I have to save for Artis too. Guys, I'm sorry. All right.
Do I still have my temp HP from before?
What gave you your temp HP? It was the it was
It would have been a
Hassan's thing.
bardic song.
No, I get 6 temp HP when I reduce a enemy to 0.
Ooh, it's been a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll last until a long rest.
Which you guys have taken a few since then. All right. Oh, that's too many dice. Whoops. Sorry. So you guys take 10 bludgeoning damage and 10 cold damage.
Daz is down.
Still
cool.
asleep.
Yep. Didn't wake up.
He
He's not going to.
died quietly in his sleep, being hit in the face by a bunch of hailstones falling from the sky.
He died quietly in his sleep, not screaming like the rest of us.
Not screaming like the rest of the people in his car. Cool. So a hailstorm of ice falls from the sky. freezing the water surrounding you. As she used Quicken spell to make that a bonus action, and then she's going to shoot Artis with a cantrip, because that's how spell casting works. Ray of Frost. Jesus Christ. This one is an attack spell, so I'm pretty sure people she makes it a disadvantage because there are people within melee of her. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's only ranged attacks.
Isn't it for ranged spell attacks as well?
I don't think so.
Huh?
I think it's like for crossbows and bows.
I see. That'll hit him, and it does a d8. Cool. All right. She brings down this hailstorm and then shoots a streak of frost at Artis. Up next is RinRin. How you doing?
That's one failure.
Okay. Not the best. Oh, what'd you roll?
4.
Okay. All right. It is Artemis's turn. Artis. He's going to try and get her back. He wields a small dagger, jumps across, and I just want to see what he can do with that. Yeah, he can't do anything with that to help here. Oh, yeah, he can. God, guys. It's a fight between two high-level people that you guys just got caught in the middle of.
Somewhere Ken Watanabe is saying, no, let them fight. It's just a bunch of
Yes,
low-level adventurers getting their shit rocked.
And this is why, RinRin, we don't help everyone all willy-nilly. She's down. Never mind.
All right. Okay, never mind. It is going to be an attack. It's going to be 3 attacks, in fact. And oh shoot, people that were near dragon baits. Oh, it's 10 feet. Just going to say no. Sorry, guys. Where's my dice? All right. Artis stabs out at Zendala, stabbing multiple times and hitting on 2 of them. Cool. It is Naodaza. I need you to make a death saving throw and tell me what you roll.
That's a 10.
Cool. That fails.
Okay.
You're as characters aren't aware of this, but as players, the death curse is making everything a lot closer to death. So you need to make a 15 to pass your saving throws.
Oh shit, yeah, we're playing Meat Grinder. Let's do this.
We are playing Meat Grinder rules.
Yeah.
All right, that is a fail for you. On Undril's turn, she wakes up, surprised about what's going on, but sees people in need. So she's going to attempt to heal people. And RinRin has been the nicest person to her, so she's going to see that she's down, run across the boats, and try and cure wounds on her. Cure wounds, cure wounds. That's a d8. Dice are getting mixed up now. 7 hit points to our friend RinRin.
Have I been cured before?
No.
Okay.
Cool. And that is what she does on her turn. It is Azaka. She recognized the danger. She is going to try and take down this spellcaster in a boat with her. She uses her sword and attacks twice. And hits once and does some damage. Hassan, a
Hey.
lot just happened.
A lot did just happen, and someone is down over there. What do I have? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? I will use a healing word at 2nd level. Hassan. Naodaza heals 10.
Welcome back, Naodaza.
I will walk up to her with my staff and attack her
Okay.
for a natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what does my staff do? My staff does 1d6. Yeah. I deal 15 points of bludgeoning damage. I maxed out.
Well done. Cool. All right, good. She's looking pretty worse for wear being wailed on by everybody. Anything else on your turn?
Just a bunch of people just wailing on her with sticks and swords. That's it. I had my move. All my actions are done.
Okay. And up next will be Dragonbait, and he is going to attempt to stab her as well.
I'll give him advantage on one of the attacks.
Okay. One of them hits. 2 of them hits. He's a big, strong boy who does lots of hits and hurts. Cool. Basilisk. You are hiding. Well, you're not hiding yet.
I haven't hidden yet. Nope.
Yeah, you're just on the shoreline.
On the shoreline, drenched and gasping.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to turn around, blinking in the midday sun. And at disadvantage, he's going to get out his rifle, click, and he's going to take aim at her.
Okay.
Ooh, not bad, actually. Oh, boyo. Thank you for rolling not terribly. Does a 19 hit?
Oh, yes.
Cacao from the tree line. As I do 15 piercing damage. And is there someone next to her?
There is someone.
Oh, but it's at disadvantage, so no sneak attack for me. And then
there's still someone next to her though.
Yeah, but I'm at disadvantage. If I'm at does it?
I'm pretty sure it's an or.
If I'm at disadvantage.
I think if you're at disadvantage, you do not get the sneak
I
attack.
don't think I get my sneak attack if I'm at disadvantage. I'll double check.
I think it's a...
Oh, shit. I forgot I had Assassinate. She hadn't had a turn yet. Well, I'll remember it later. God. Finesse a ranged weapon. If you have advantage, you don't need advantage if there's another enemy with. All right. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy is within 5 feet of it, that enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. I have disadvantage, so no sneak attack. I run, bonus action, hide somewhere in the trees.
Okay. How would you like the shot that you took at her to kill her?
Oh my fucking god. What?
You did 15 damage. We've been wailing on her.
Okay. Who is she going to attack next?
Just anybody that was in front of her.
Okay. I'll say that she was looking with her creepy glazed eyes over at Hassan, ready to fucking end his whole career. And Baz, after having appeared to have cut and run like the coward that he is, just like as she's reaching out to get him, her head explodes into a watermelon-like mist.
Boom. Her head explodes into a watermelon-like mist, and she begins to fall backwards into the water. An artist jumps forward and grabs her hand, pulls that ring off of her, and puts it back on.
Baz hides anyway. He can't tell he killed her.
You didn't have the follow through. You just shot and then went and hid.
Hassan grabs her other arm and pulls her body back into the boat and starts patting it down.
Okay.
What happened?
A lot of things.
Summerwise lands on the body and looks at you and transmits an image of great wailing into your head through telepathy. You can tell that they're not happy and confused as well.
Hassan will reach a hand out for Summerwise to climb up it.
They just kind of sit down and are mourning.
Yeah. Guess this thing has to die too because it doesn't want my affection.
What
Don't do that.
under the thunder's light just happened?
Were you okay?
My bones feel like they don't work so good anymore.
Oh,
It's called
He's
getting
been-
old.
No, it's called whatever the fuck happened. Where are these bruises coming from? Why
I like to play rough.
are there hailstones next to me? I thought we were in the jungle.
so
Who
so,
are you? Mr. Tall, handsome fella, and you, Mr. Lizard Folk. Why is that woman missing her head? Was that... Oh my god!
There's the strong smell of honeysuckle as artist smooths back his hair and says, that wasn't supposed to happen.
what did you do? What was that ring?
Good morning to you too, I suppose.
It's probably better you don't know anything about this ring.
You tell me about this ring because it just cost one of my best friends their life.
It
I'm
appears
sorry to bother you. Is she dead?
She's dead.
She's super dead. Her head's missing.
All right, can you come and pick me up?
Azaka, keep rowing.
what
No,
the
wait, we have
heck
to get
just
back.
happened?
Guys?
Your guys' second canoe is trapped in ice and battered up and possibly has a few hailstone holes in it.
RinRin is going to go up to the painter dude and she is going to grab him by the no, she's just gonna punch him in the face.
Okay, make an attack roll against him.
God damn, I have too many tabs open.
Tell me about it.
Alright,
How's
I'm
an
just
18?
18 will hit him.
All right.
Actually, you know what? You guys figure that out. I'm just gonna be over here. Disappears back to the bushes.
That was 8 damage.
Okay.
You tell me what I need to know and I'm going to hit you again.
The small lizard man is going to stand between you, or try and push his way in between you, and you get the smell of toast. It smells like toast right now. Are you having a stroke?
Ah, but the ring, what is it?
Artist is going to catch his breath and say, okay, I guess I should tell you, it's this ring, it's cursed, and it's my burden to bear, and I shouldn't have let someone take it from me.
All right, calm down there, Mr. Baggins.
What do you mean it's cursed? What does it do?
Well, it's got a mind of its own, and if you're not careful, it'll cause you to try and hurt people. And it got what it wanted.
Where did you come from? Where did it come from?
I don't know where it came from exactly. I found it a long time ago, and I've been using it to keep myself alive. I'm searching for someone, and I'm not done yet.
Maybe we should all calm down, take a little bit of a breather, get my #1 fan from over on the shore.
Maybe bury the body.
Bury the body.
Did she have anything good on her?
In fact, you should. Azaka says that you should burn the body. Let's see what she had in her pockets.
Burn the body.
That's one coming back for you.
Scavengers coming in and digging up the grave.
Or
The undead.
Bringing it back. Zendala, what did you have in your pockets?
Well,
As a matter of
Well,
fact,
let me tell you what I got.
I've had 1,000 gold pieces. It's a mouse.
She did have 50 gold pieces on her.
Yanking that.
dang.
Money.
Listen, I'm broke. Give me.
But other than nice clothes and a staff that she didn't really wield, she traveled quite light.
One less mouth to feed, I guess. And
Hassan,
Hassan is
that's
going
not
to...
very nice.
He has a point, though. One less mouth.
He's going to hold his tongue, hop off the boat onto the ice drift, and start casting Mending on the second boat.
Okay, good plan. While this is all going down, Undril is tending to Naodaza and RinRin's wounds, and she seems to be having a little bit of trouble with RinRin. And she's like, "Are you okay? Your wounds are not healing right."
No, I'm okay. I just have some trouble sometimes. And you know, at the backseas, we have different, physiology than everyone else. Sometimes it gets really, tricky for people to heal me. I'll be fine. Don't worry.
I'm going to use my bonus action to spend one of my bardic inspirations to grant 5 temporary hit points to myself and to RinRin.
Oh, thank you.
All you gotta do is just, relax in the sun a little bit, get some help that way. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. You seem to be doing your absolute best, and that's the part that counts. But seriously,
so nice to me.
Why do my bones hurt?
Because you got hit by a hailstorm while you were sleeping?
But we are in the middle of the jungle, far away from where hailstones occur. How did that possibly happen?
It's magical, silly boy.
I don't like this magic.
I don't either. I'd rather just hit things in the face.
I'd rather you hit things in the face, too.
But...
I'm sorry that I caused you all trouble, but I think me and Dragonbait should be on our way.
I think you should too. You should be more careful, especially with these rings.
Yes, I should be. I didn't
Where
think that someone would find me that easily.
where are you going?
Like I said, I'm looking for someone. And I've heard a story about someone that I think is nearby. They are said to give guidance to those that are looking for something.
Is
So
it
I'm going there.
someone we can talk to, or?
And Azaka eyes him, and she asks, "Are you looking for the Banza?" He's like, "Yes. How did you know?" She says, "Well, or yeah, the Banza. I know her. She lives in Orlanga." And his artist says, "Then it's confirmed. I'll go to her for guidance." And Zaka looks at you guys and says, "If you are looking for something, she can help you find it."
Okay.
Babe, you're muted.
I am also on the shore, so
You
that's
are on
fine.
the shore. You are sitting there with your gun out, scared, naked and afraid.
God.
Baz, do you want to come back to the boat?
Yes, please.
When Hassan's done, like, on sticking the boat, I will help row it to the shore.
Yeah, the magical ice that formed from the spell dissipates. Hassan is able to cast mending on the boat and fix it and row to shore to pick you up. Dragonbait and Artis, since the action here has scared off any wildlife, go over to their boats. Actually, Zach will row them over. They flip over their boat and load up into it. Sorry again for this. Hopefully we never meet again.
I hope you find what you're looking for.
Me too. And him and Dragonbait will row off, accompanied by a smell of, let's call it honeysuckle again.
Naodaza, like, longingly waves towards Dragonbait, most handsome lizard man he's seen on this continent.
He's a
Until he looks in a mirror.
Oh.
Of course.
Naodaza, you're alive.
What is that supposed to mean? Of course I'm alive.
I'm just glad to see that you're alive.
I am too, Baz. Now, could you imagine hell in a place this far south? Absolutely ridiculous.
Stranger and stranger.
Now, does anybody have anything to eat? I am mighty hungry.
There is a flick of a good berry on the side of his face.
The tongue like looks the side of his face and looks it off.
Should we say something?
Say something to what?
Well, if we're going to bury her,
Oh,
she
we're
was our
not gonna
friend.
bury her. We were told to burn this body.
Well, there should be some sort of funeral stuff, right?
I am sorry for what you may or may not have done. Now you will burn like the rest, ashes to ashes and whatnot.
Baz apologized for blowing the woman's head off.
Sorry?
There you go. You're
And we're
forgiven.
done.
Okay.
good a funeral as any other lizard folk from my tribe would have been given.
Does the pseudo dragon have any words for us?
He is kind of curled up in the back of one of the canoes, just kind of staring at the floor. And while you guys are doing your burial rites, Undril will say a quick prayer. And does anybody have something to burn the body with?
I have a torch. We can find some wood.
I can use druid craft.
Does that do burn? Does it make burn?
That do not burn, no. That these plants.
You instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Alright,
Well,
make it
okay then. I guess druid craft is just prestidigitation, but better.
Perfect. You can do your druid thing and start a fire on the body of Zendala. Rip in peace.
I think that RinRin is going to go to the pseudo dragon and try to comfort it.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll a comforting check.
Okay.
Animal handling. Don't call him an animal though.
11.
Okay. He like if you go over there and in a very cat-like manner, he curls up into your lap, and transmits the idea of regret, insinuating that he should have tried to stop her a while ago, but just didn't have the gumption.
Oh, it is not your fault. She was very strong and very pretty, and you were very nice to her. You did a good job, and maybe we'll find you another owner, or if you want to be on your own for a while, that's okay too.
He transmits the idea of hanging around you guys to stay safe. He doesn't know if he'd be safe alone.
Don't worry, I keep you safe, and I will protect you no matter what, okay?
He finds this agreeable. And
Okay.
she was a snack, though. Rip in peace. You gotta be evil. Awesome.
Evil ones.
It's always the evil ones. It is becoming afternoon. And you, Hassan has fixed the second canoe. Artis and his pal Dragonbaits have got into their canoe, rowed to the other side of the river, or up around a bend, up some tributaries, and you lose sight of them. It is just you guys, Undril and Azaka. What would you like to do?
We should keep going, yes?
Yes, we should keep rowing. The camp is close to here. Yeah, I think we should.
I took her staff, by the way.
Cool, you have a quarterstaff. It is not magical.
Did you say staff or stuff?
Well, both.
Okay.
I feel bad bringing her into the jungles,
She knew the risks.
but she left behind her baby.
Think of it as your baby now. You're gonna have to take care of it.
I have 2 mouths to feed.
3, including Lord Finkelton.
Well, I was not including myself, because I will always feed myself. But
Of course.
Well, as long as we don't exceed over 10 people, they can eat as much as they want.
okay.
It was pretty funny back there, Hassan. But we all know that you wouldn't actually leave me, right?
We would not leave you. I would not let him leave you.
Oh God, thanks.
You're one of my best friends now, Bess.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's your decision.
I think you're a very stand-up dude.
But I'm sitting down.
It's like a metaphor.
It's the metaphor.
It's one of those surfacisms.
It is. All right, let's roll fast so we can get there so we can be sad there.
And lo, you do. You spend the rest of the afternoon rowing down the river. I should make this check just to make sure everything is fine and dandy. And as the sun is beginning to set, you spy campfires in the distance and close in on what Azaka points out to be Camp Vengeance. Through the foliage, you see crude timber fortification, walled compound with watchtowers and tents inside it, encircled by a ditch bristling with sharpened stakes. A large gatehouse faces a river on the shore, which are on the shore are a couple of rowboats tied up. Scattered around these ditches with the sharpened stakes are piles of charred human corpses and flayed animal carcasses swarming with flies. And as you approach, there's a guard up on the watchtower, and you will row up to the where they have staked into the ground these other rowboats. Azak will start securing the boats to the shore, and Undril will hop out. Hi, we're Sergeant Undril Silvertusk reporting. Is Commander Breakbone here, please? And the guard on top of the tower will turn around, shout down into the courtyard from there, and the doors will open. And out marches human. 1 second, please. Yes, a human with a retinue of guards. And she will say, Sergeant Silvertusk, you've made it. Fantastic. You are needed right away. The medical tents are in need of someone with fresh magic. And they begin to usher her inside. And this human turns to you guys and says, "Are you adventurers traveling with Sergeant Silvertusk?"
Well, yes, we were told that we would help them come here to Camp
Righteous.
Vengeance.
Righteous is the other one.
Vengeance. And what really, it was just on our way, and so we figured why not bring as many people along, strengthen numbers and all that.
Right, of course. The commander will probably want to talk with you.
Oh,
would you like to? Could you come in, please? And she
course.
will lead you into the fort. The state of the fort is not great. You can see from an immediate first glance. There are puddles of fetid water everywhere, swarms of insects, and you can hear as you walk through the gates. There is one big tent in front of you, and to the either side are smaller tents that Undril is being led to, and the moans and lamenting of injured or dying people can be heard coming from within them. And this guard will lead you to the center tent, where inside another human man, looking rather noble, in fact, or of a noble heritage, is poring over a collection of maps and little figurines sitting. If you can see the map, it looks like about where you guys are, and like drawn areas of the surrounding area. And the guard will lead you in and say, Commander Breakbone, these are adventurers that helped our new priest arrive. And he'll look up to you guys and say, good. We're in need of a lot of assistance here, and this being a military emergency, I'm going to need to confiscate your assistance immediately. You came in here on boat, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need you to take your boats along with one of our rowboats. There are 6 injured people that need to be taken up to Port Nyanzaru immediately.
Oh, we're not. We just came from there.
What seems to be the problem with them? I am a doctor of sorts.
Many of them are suffering from some disease, some sickness, getting worse by the day. We have some people up in the port that can heal them up there. All of our acolytes are pretty low on supplies. And once you guys take them back up to the port to our office, and they're going to give you some supplies. He looks around and finds some papers and like quickly seals one of them. Hand them this. They'll give you some supplies you can bring down here right away.
I'm sorry. I'm just having a little bit of a brain fart, I suppose. We are not members of your organization.
That might be as it is, but this is a military emergency. I'm going to need your assistance. Failure to comply will be retaliated against.
Sir, we just lost one of our best friends on this river, and I'm on a mission from one of my oldest friends, and she's dying. And if we don't move quickly to help find the cure, then she's going to die, and then I don't know what I'm going to do.
Roll. What's that? Persuasion?
I'll give you a bardic inspiration.
Oh,
Do
thanks.
it. Yeah.
Take it.
I like that.
What is it, a D6?
I don't want anything to be. Yes, it is. I don't want anything to do with what we are doing here. Is that a good? Oh my goodness!
It is a good one, yeah.
Oh,
It's
good.
a natural 20.
Blomp, 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 blomp.
So natural 20 plus 5 minus 1. She's given the biggest
Just the
puppy dog
biggest,
ass.
fattest,
Kitty cat eyes. I don't know. I
who
stream
knew
live
that
shit
Baz
to
was a
bed.
furry? What?
What? Whoa! Not a scaly though. All right.
I
Anyway.
think I was trying to say scaly, and then furry came out of my mouth.
both at the same time, I suppose.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
as of course. So RinRin just rolled a nat 20. Streamlabs shit the bed.
It was too much of a sob story. It was too sad that Streamlabs couldn't take it. But neither can anyone else in the tent. This commander, his hardened face that was filled with a lot of conviction, softens immensely. The guard that brought you in puts an arm over your shoulder and holds you very comfortingly, and she says, "Sir, these poor people." And he's like, "Well, sorry about, yeah. Forget what I said about that. That whatever I said about retaliation. There, I understand when people lose someone close to them that it can be a hard time. You know, we've lost some people here too, and I just wondering if you had anything in your capability to help us out, and we can help you."
Hassan can help.
Yes, let me see what I can do.
That would be much obliged.
Okay.
If it's
Kitty.
if it is any consolation, we were hoping to dock our boats here for the next 5 to 6 days. while we are away, you could use them.
That would be very well. That would help us quite a bit, having extra boats. Ever since what happened up at Camp Righteous, I like to have a few extra boats on hand in case we need to evacuate.
Right.
But if something does happen here, will you leave word for us so that we don't come back?
Oh well, yes, of course. We'll be ready if you ever do come back.
Thank you so much. You're just the nicest person here.
Oh yeah, just don't worry about it. Just take time for yourself.
Thank you.
Give
She's
me a
the
moment.
worst.
Hassan goes into like his bag. He pulls out his like leather gloves and a butcher's apron.
I see you're a man of the cloth.
Well, I do
Medical
tend to
cloth.
make things a little holy. And he pulls out a drill for posterity.
Any help you can provide to our medical staff in the other two tents, that would be much help.
He'll turn to the rest of the party. You should all take a break here for the time being while I work.
Can I help you at all?
I'd rather, if this is some sort of infection, limit it down to the people who need to be there. Social distancing and all that.
I could possibly help. I can make you do your job even better just by being around.
That's okay.
Hassan
Baz and I can
scoffs.
hang out. Baz and I can hang out. We can get to know each other, but I can learn about the Underdark.
There's not much to learn.
But you have plants that glow.
It's true.
I would like to hear about the glowing plants, please.
Okay. I'll tell you about the glowing front. Sure. Yep. I'll do that.
Tell me about the glowing plants, George.
The glowing plants.
We'll go off to a quiet area and chat.
Excellent. You do this. Hassan, you go to the medical tents, and it's not a pretty sight. You can spend some time checking on patients, and there is a variety of sicknesses that you probably aren't familiar with, but will be explained, and also you can learn a bit about as you're checking on patients.
Hank, what's your favorite song?
In the halls of the Mountain King.
I'm gonna pull out my schwam. And you get a point of bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah.
And then while I'm playing, my Song of Rest for all of the sick. They can get, by spending a hit die, each of those creature regains an extra 1d6.
Sorry?
So for the Song of Rest, if you or a friendly creature who can hear your performance regains hit points at the end of a short rest by spending one or more hit die, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6.
Awesome. So you're playing very nice melodies to help heal these.
Yes,
these,
I am playing in the Hall of the Mountain King for Hassan.
It's either that or elevator music.
I don't know that one. What's the name of it?
Go for Ipanema.
Hassan, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Sure. And inspiration, what's your inspiration die?
D6, I think, right?
Yeah, it's 1d6.
Damn. 30.
Hot damn indeed. Okay. Yeah, you learn a lot about these the maladies and sicknesses of Cholt. A few people are suffering from bites or puncture wounds or something from aggressive dinosaurs that they've encountered. Some scratches that are festering that you can assume came from undead. And then there are 3 types of sicknesses that you learn about while you're going around helping people recover from this. And you are doing a fantastic job impressing Undril as well as she's coming into this fresh face and healing people. You learn about mad monkey fever, shivering sickness, and throat leeches, which are all very, very good things that Cholt can give you. Mad monkey fever is kind of a magical ailment that you can contract, and it just takes time to run its course. And while you're infected by it, just makes it gives you a form of insanity, long-term madness. So a few people are suffering from that. They're just pretty much tied down to beds. Shivering sickness, which you learn comes from insect bites, and it just makes people disoriented. Their body temperature drops, and they don't heal as much. So even though you guys are providing a lot of magical healing, these guys aren't regaining as much health. And then throat leeches comes from drinking tainted water, so don't do that. It just slowly builds up exhaustion. Once they start getting better water, their levels of exhaustion go back down. So these are the things you learn, and you help out extraordinarily.
He's basically triaging people like, okay, the people with mad monkey fever have like the green cards because they're already tied down. They need to run the course. The people with like the throat leeches would probably get yellow, and then he'll prescribe them with like things to keep them hydrated, probably something very citrusy. And for the last ailment, helping with nausea would be again peppermint oil to help with the nausea. He doesn't know if giving them more blankets would help, because then that would make them sweat, and because of that would be pneumonia. Warm and dry.
Yeah, warm and dry is probably the best. Awesome.
I wonder if I could make a humidifier out here in the jungle.
During this time, you also meet the head acolyte, Sister Sias. Sias spelled C-Y-A-S. She is enamored by your medical acuity, and is quite thankful. She, as she also runs around between patients, just every time she passes you, gives you a pat on the back and says thank you.
He'll nod his head.
Awesome. So you guys are gonna spend a night here?
Yes.
That we do. The conversation about the Underdark goes as follows. Baz is incapable of saying two nice things about the Underdark in a row. He might say one nice thing about the Underdark and then 2 more horrifying things about the Underdark.
RinRin will be enthused about the things that you say that are positive, and then kind of ignore the other things or pass them off as like, oh, that's fine. I grew up in a place where T-Rexes are a thing, so like it's not that bad.
Yeah. It sounds an awful lot like an Underhulk. They got the little arms in front, and then the big arms out here.
Oh yes, they have very large heads. So if you're fast enough, you can jump on top of them. But you don't really want to do that. It's like not super fun. Except for when it is super fun when they're really small.
Is it true that they navigate by movement?
No, that's the really fast like ones they're called raptors. Like the big ones, they can kind of smell you, but if you stand directly in front of them, they can't see you because their eyes are like over here.
Right.
And if you stand right in front of them and you're small enough, they can't see you. That only happened to me once. Some of my friends and I, we decided to go find, there's these like little dinosaurs, and they will like run in packs. So we decided to like run with them.
Oh
And
yeah, the lizard chickens.
yes, they're very funny if you get them in a pack. And then, but Tashi did not like them very much because they started biting at his feet. But that was okay.
Who's Dashi?
Tashi's my friend. We grew up together at the monastery.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I had a couple of friends there. I had Tashi, and I'm looking at my notes trying to find the other one. What was
Sounds
her
like
name?
you've got a lot of friends.
Ragumi was,
Rigumi.
yes, Ragumi was my other best friend. I like people, and I like making friends, and I don't meet a lot of people that I don't like. So
Are they all tabaxi like you?
yes, one of them's more like stripy than me, and the other one is a little bit more he's like got like a dark red, like a, almost like crimson color, and he's got really big ears. Did you have friends growing up?
No.
Really?
Yeah, but I had siblings.
How many siblings did you have? I've never had siblings.
Oh shoot. I have to keep track of which ones have already died. It's a long story.
Okay.
I've got an older sister and then another older sister. No, wait, she's dead. I've got an older brother. No, he's dead.
Did you
I've got
know
a
your
twin brother.
parents? You have a twin brother? Is he as handsome as you are?
Well, yeah, we look about the same. I think he's heading spiders nowadays and raising our younger sisters.
What happened to your parents?
Oh, well, Dad's not around, and Mum, she's busy doing work.
I didn't know my parents.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
They're overrated, if I'm being honest.
I would have liked to know them, but
I would have liked not to know mine.
I was-
But enough about me. Tell me more about your monastery.
Oh, it's up in the trees, and we help little animals. We kind of like follow the ways of it's kind of hard to explain because you kind of have to be there for it. We follow Nula, who is the protector of animals, and super cool. She's very sweet. So we kind of function as like people bring us the little animals that get hurt, and then we help them get back better. Like if they have a bum leg or something like that, we teach them how to walk better on it. And like if they're preening too much, we distress the birdies and all that fun stuff.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a lot of work too, but mostly fun.
Yeah, I did something like that too.
Speaking of caring for little creatures, the entire time that you are discussing things with Basilisk, Summerwise is hanging out around you, just kind of perching on fence posts or circling above, just flying.
Does Summerwise fucking hate Basilisk?
Roll an insight check.
What is my insight? Flat 10.
Okay. There's no like outward aggression towards you, but whereas it's clear that he's talking to other people by like transmitting images, he doesn't talk to you.
It's fine. In fact, I prefer that. I don't like seeing people who knew the people I kill. Anyway.
I keep calling Summerwise a him. I don't think it's actually ever ever brought up. They. Naodaza, you and Hassan just spend the nights healing people. You play music. I'm assuming at some point late in the night or just about in the morning, you finally fall asleep in some rocking chair in the tents.
Oh yeah, I got my schwam on my chest. I'm just leaning up, kind of lean back.
This lizard boy will never die.
No, never.
Hassan has unceremoniously thrown his coat over Naodaza.
Wonderful. There are places for you guys to rest. The guards will offer their tents, but they are in a sorry state since it seems that the way this place is set up, there isn't good drainage. So a lot of water just builds up. The only really dry places are in the guard towers, where it seems like a lot of the guards hang out most of the time. And Azaka meets up with some of, it looks like they have native Choltons as scouts. She meets up with them, chats, might know a few of them. But at some point in the night, she finds RinRin alone. She walks up and kind of just puts an arm up on the wall in front of her and says, "You look very familiar. Too familiar.
Oh no. What do you mean?
When I was just a young child, I was lost in the forest near Hisari, and I was taken in by some nice people who healed me back to health. And that was a long time ago. And those people looked suspiciously like you."
Well, I mean, the monastery's been around for a long time.
Yes.
They're mostly tabaxi, so.
Now, I was just a little girl then, but you look too familiar.
Well, I don't think my parents lived there or anything like that. I don't know what you're asking me.
How old are you?
I am, that's my love. I did not write it down. I am I've been traveling for a while, so I'm probably like 26 or something like that.
She eyes you skeptically. Okay. Must just have one of those faces, she says.
I do. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell tabaxi apart, especially when they look similar in like the striping, but I understand that people get us confused sometimes.
Regardless, you, the man was talking about Naodaza. Is that something you're interested in?
Well, I mean, if they have answers about what to do with the death curse, I mean, there's a lot of like witchy people in the jungle, so I don't want to get my hopes up, but one of those witchy people in the jungle was my friend, so.
I mean, what is it that you're looking for?
I don't want my friend to die.
As in why you're here?
Yes?
My friend Naodaza can help you find things that, or at least point you in the right direction for things that you were looking for.
Do you know this Naodaza?
Yes, I am acquainted with them.
Oh.
Though, I warn you, if you do meet them, to keep an open mind.
I've
They're
seen a
not-
lot of things, and I I've learned to believe that not everything is what it seems, and most people are pretty good.
With that, I can agree. Then I will take you to Naodaza. They will help you find what you are looking for. And along the way, eventually you help me retrieve my mask.
I'd love to help you. You know, I think if we try, we could get to know each other better, and maybe we can be friends.
I like this.
Perfect. Okay. Well, it's kind of late and I'm pretty tired, so
Yes. I'll see you in the morning.
good night, Izaka.
Good night, RinRin. And I think that is where we're going to call tonight.
Yay! Thank you so much for running this wonderful game! And I'm sorry to everybody that Streamlabs took shit on us when there was like 25 minutes left in tonight's session. So, with that, I would like to say again, thank you to Tyler for running such a wonderful game. Hey, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hi, my name's Tyler, also known as MrDenaykeener.com. You can find me at MrDenaykeener.com. Actually, you can't. You can find me at Frothy Inferno on Twitter, where I don't do much. And otherwise, you can find me here on Sunday nights, running Tomb of Annihilation.
Everybody, I'm RJ on the channel, but you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the dirty things in my life and sometimes stream with some of these lovely individuals. You can catch me tomorrow as we play our homebrew campaign.
It's gonna be fine.
Everything's fine on Mondays. It's great.
I've made a lot.
Is it me now?
No, it's not. No,
Oh.
no. He's just having a moment. I was letting him have his moment. Hi, I'm LBHackEmUp. You can follow me at LBHackEmUp on the Twitters and Twitch because though I do play on Mondays on the Indoor Adventures channel as Gwen the Halfling Barbarian Fighter, I do also go. I play on Wednesdays on Nerd Immersion's channel with Jordan with the PH doing Rod of 7 Parts. On Thursday, my best friend Lauren and I are going to be playing games. We started Doki Doki Literature Club last week, which was, it's so good. Which she isn't quite sure about what's going on, but yeah, it's super fun. And then on Sunday, you can find me on Monster of the Week for G Game Nights, which I get to start a new character, and I'm so excited because one of the other characters gets to meet her. I'm just super hyped. So, DenaeKeener.com.
Oh god, I've been summoned. Hi everybody, I'm Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com. I do nerdy drawings mostly related to D&D and a lot of things on this channel. You can find me here on Mondays playing as Coriander the Elegant Paladin or on Sundays as Baz the Drow Rogue. DanaeKeener.com.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, how's it going? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/IndoorAdventures. We do shows like this Monday, Thursday, and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but also on 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but that's only for the Sunday games. Every other time we try and start with some sort of regularity, even if it is our once monthly Monster Noir game. We also have a Patreon set up, so if you would like to go and help support the show at patreon.com/indooradventures, you can help support either new tech for our show, recurring payments on things such as Zoom, Photoshop, or supporting the purchase of new tabletop RPG systems, such as things like Mouse Guard, masks, other things that we will try and get to play on this channel. So, with that, I would like to say again, Thank you to Tyler for running this game. Thank you to everybody who decided to stop by and join us for this wonderful session. And we will see you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And thank you following Oatmeal Packet. I'm glad we got to say thanks. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.